And as the sun rises up over the trees, and the rays hit the dew on the grass, and glistens like a diamond, and the bird's morning chorus introduces another day on planet Earth. Well, good morning, people. It's a very sunny day here where I am, and I feel good. Well, as good as I can at my age. Now I'm just going to waffle on here for a bit. I've got a few ideas in my head, maybe they'll join up some point. I doubt it, though. Anyway, here goes. So here's what I think is true, at least in my mind. Do you know, I think a lot of the companies out there are getting a bit worn out with femons. You see, they've had to put femons in their company, lots of them everywhere. And what the femons should have done is prove their worth. But they haven't actually done that, have they? Oh, they want the money and the prestige, but they aren't really prepared to do the work to get it. As usual, they want their cake and eat it too. And companies have noticed this, that as soon as they get a lot of femons in their workforce, the profits of the company go down. Because the men are the real workers and always have been. Men have proven their worth. They generally will go the extra mile for the company, do overtime. The trouble is, femons believe that they deserve these jobs in these companies. They don't believe they have to prove themselves at all. They generally take far more sick time off than men do. And as soon as the company gets a certain amount of femons in their company, they have to deal with femons' issues, which takes time away from productivity. Of course, a lot of companies at first got around this by making the men work harder to make up for the femons' shortfalls. You see, men are brought up with the ethic, a fair day's work for a fair day's pay, where femons think by just turning up, they should get their wages anyway. Look at the dress they're wearing, it's beautiful. Of course, it does remind me of that all-femon company that lasted about, was it a year or maybe 2 years? Well, that's because they had no men to produce. And there was a lot of downtime just bickering. And the femon that started the company said she'd never work with femons again. You see, femons want all the advantages of everything, but aren't prepared to do the work or the time to make it happen. Take a look at the soccer team. They want all the advantages, but they don't want to put in the work. Of course, this isn't a thing that just goes with feminists. It's through the whole femon society. The men get it all up and running and working real sweet. And then the femons come in and take it over and pretend that they made it. Moving on to something slightly different. Oh, it's still going to be femons, of course. Femons' personality. What do you think, guys? Have they even got one? And we all know our friends who have a personality and have been like it ever since they were a young man. And will die an old person with that same personality. But not so with femons, is it? For me, a lot of femon personalities are kind of bland. It's almost as if they're sitting on the fence all the time about loads of things. And they are a very herd-like mentality. You talk to one femon, you've pretty much talked to all of them, really, haven't you? You see, with males, when they've been brought up, where they've been brought up, the experiences they have, imprints their personality, which stays with them to the rest of their lives. And because femons don't really have a deep, embedded personality, they create a persona that fits the situation they're in. But if that situation changes radically, she can change the persona. But generally speaking, it's all an act. And that's why a lot of men get blindsided by femons they thought they knew. Some people may say it's femons' adaptability. But what life is it when you really never know who you are? Obviously, way back when, femons have to be adaptable. They have a man, he has a nice stuff, but then he falls off of a cliff. Now she has to find another man. She has to make this man like her, protect her, provide for her. That's why you get a lot of men saying that femons are chameleons. Now, I have met a couple of femons in my lifetime that actually have a deep personality. And you can tell that by you can have some deep discussions about lots of things. But they are rare in society that I've noticed, and they're probably considered freaks to the other femons. You see, I don't think femons are that adaptable at all. They all need these certain things around them to survive. But you take a few of those things away, and they're lost. You see, since the beginning of time, men have had to be adaptable. They're changing all the time. They have to. And femons were brought along with them. But now femons are supposedly on their own. Yeah, haven't seen that yet. And they're not adapting to the new world at all very well. They're using the same tactics they used 1,000 years ago. And to modern man of today, it seems kind of, childlike. You see, modern man doesn't believe the persona anymore. Because you can only virtual signal for so long. They want to see some proof. And at the moment there isn't too much of that. All man sees is chaos and drama, failures, and virtual signaling. Blaming everything that goes wrong on somebody else, usually men, and not wanting to take any accountability. Maybe man is waiting for something that's never gonna happen. And that's why they're walking away. That's why many years ago I walked away. Look at it like this, guys. There's a young man starts on a company, and I've seen them, and they're going to be a carpenter. But after a while you know this person is never going to be a great or good carpenter. There's a lot of young men out there who are waiting for a miracle. That's never going to happen. Just take a look in history for your proof. Do what a lot of men have done, like me. Now, guys, walk away.
So this is the new beer called Flashback.
Yep.
And we're the first ones to have a go of it.
Yes, I'm just about to.
Well, Billy, we knew eventually it would come to this.
What? My name's Matt.
Sure. Still joking, eh, Billy?
My name's Matt.
Well, one of us is about to die.
Hey, I'm going to snooker later.
Whoa. You having a heart attack or something? You disappeared a couple of seconds ago, you know.
Did I? This is very, very strong beer.
I know. I've only had a couple of sips myself and I feel a bit funny.
Where's it gone? Is that better?